to avoid flying. In the end, I decided not to because I think there were some cruise ships for prices starting at like 300 or 400, but in the month I wanted to go, it was starting at 700, and that was for the cabin like without even a window. And I feel like I'm gonna have to spend the majority of my time in my room, so it would be nice if I had a balcony, even like not just a window that I'm not even sure if the window's open. And let's see. Yeah, for a balcony, it would basically double the price. And that price for that cheapest room, it was already like double what the flight price was initially. And then once you add in like luggage and checked bags and seat reservations, the price for the flight doubles, but it's still like 100 euros cheaper than the cheapest room on the ship, which I wouldn't even want. So, it's already, we're looking at like, I wish I could book the flight without the extra expense of checked bags and seat reservations. And if I could do that, then the price of the cabin I want would be quadrupled. As if we're taking the final airline price, then it's twice as much for the ship. But then you also have to consider there's like a, I don't know, like gratuity tip kind of charge for like 11 to 13 euros or pounds per day. I think it's like a 12-day journey. They say that even, for healthy people, that's not nearly enough time to explore everything that they have to do on the ship. But I was kind of like looking into the specifics, and I feel like there's only a couple venues that I would be interested in, but they would all be places where I wouldn't be able to just like lounge comfortably, like with my computer or something. Like I would need to be, like decently dressed. Some of these places actually have a dress code after a certain time. I would need to be sitting up the whole time and, have the energy to try and socialize, be spending money on maybe like, drinks or whatever. And even for food, it's supposed to be included in the cost, but it's only for certain restaurants. And I think in those restaurants, it's like cheaper quality food. There's like nothing I'm interested in. And even in the nicer, more expensive restaurants where you have to pay additionally, I don't really recognize so many of these dishes because it's like very British. But I managed to find maybe like one thing in like, I don't know, I think maybe like each meal for one restaurant out of the menus that I looked at. So I think it would be like a lot of sort of like overstimulation to like check everything out and do everything. A lot of additional expenses beyond just the ticket. And then also, you have to pay extra for Wi-Fi too. So it's just like one more thing that would be like pushing me to go out and do too much instead of resting as much as I need to. I feel like it would be really nice if I could do something like that in a more calmer setting where it's just like, I don't know, like maybe if I could test it out for a short time just to make sure I wouldn't get seasick, then I would be open to trying it for maybe like a few months so that I would have time to like really take my time and explore everything. But it's definitely not something I'm looking to like spend on right now. Also, with my residency situation, I'm not supposed to be abroad for more than half of the year. So if I spend 12 days en route each direction, then I'm losing like a significant chunk of the time that I'm able to be away. So in the end, I decided not to take the ship. And then the other day, someone suggested like the one thing you could do is fly first class. Uh, I don't see myself doing that in the near future, but yeah, maybe eventually that could be an option that would, be a lot more comfortable. So we'll see.